GARP code of conduct. Okay.
Okay.
So what do you
Yes,
mean
yes.
by code of conduct actually? See, just a second. So today's topic is all about, just a second. Yeah. GARP code of conduct. This comes under foundations of risk management. So see, if you are a FRM, okay, so what kind
Okay.
of conduct you should have, what kind of behavior you should have with the company in which you are as an employee, okay, or if you are serving the society being a professional. So this is the first and foremost guideline given by the respective bodies to their members. Okay, this code of conduct is there in every particular professional course. You'll find this in every professional body has its own code of conduct. Every company has its code of conduct. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So like ethics and all, you should have moral values, morality, ethics, honesty, integrity. All these words are interchangeably used in many of the organizations. Am I right? So
Yeah, yeah.
GARP, the Global Association of Professionals, the Global Association of Risk Professionals is not an exception to this. So the people who pass the examination of this particular institute are become the financial risk managers of the company, and they have a bigger role to play in the company when it comes to risk management. And the compliance risk is a big risk. Okay, it's a big risk. It's a risk because of which companies can even get shut down, or governments can levy or put penalties on the companies for not following rules and regulations and compliances. As well as there are these compliances, as well as there are many instances or occasions whereby a lot of frauds even happen in the company. Am I right? So FRMs have to
Yes, yes.
stop the fraud, as well as they should not be involved in fraud. So that is what, if they have this strongly in them, the code of conduct which GARP gives, if they strongly follow and strongly have this in them, they will never be involved in any kind of fraudulent activities or any activities which are out of their what we say, out of their box. That means which they shouldn't do. Got my point? That means they should keep themselves limited to the activities for which they are hired and for which they are like hired by the company to perform. Okay, so let's see what is the code of conduct, what is the GARP code of conduct. Let us see that. So let's see the theory. The GARP code of conduct contains a set of key principles designed to support financial risk management practices. The code was developed for financial risk manager program as well as other certification programs administered by GARP. GARP has various other certifications even. For them also, the code of conduct is the same. All GARP members, including FRM candidates, are
Hello?
expected to abide. Hello? Yes? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the GARP
yeah,
members.
no.
It is not only the FRMs. After becoming an FRM, it is not like you're going to follow the code of conduct. Being a student
Okay.
of GARP, okay, also you should
Yeah.
follow the code of conduct. That means in examination, you should never be involved in any kind of malpractices. That is what they want to say. So,
Okay, sir.
so all GARP members, including FRM candidates, are expected to abide by the principles outlined in the code and are subject to consequences such as suspensions for violating any part of the code. If you don't follow the code properly, then they will suspend the candidate or they will even cancel the certification. That means they will cancel the membership. Okay, if you become a FRM
Okay,
even.
okay.
That means if you are involved in any kind of activities which are out of the scope of the code of conduct. So what is this code of conduct? So code of conduct stresses ethical behavior in two areas. One, principles, and second, professional standards. That means you should follow the basic principle of ethics. Okay, okay. That means
Yes,
you should
yes.
you should be ethical. Okay, and even you should also have professional professional competence, or you should be professionally doing your work. In that also you should be following the ethics. That means, first of all, whatever the task you do, or whatever you like in your lifestyle, you should follow ethics very strongly, as well as in your working also you should follow the ethics very strongly. Now see the principal section. So what comes under the principal? So I will write here. So code of conduct stresses ethical behavior in two areas. So this is the code of conduct. They stress that ethics should be seen in both the things. One is ethics should be principally there, and ethics should also be seen professionally. Professional standards. Okay. So let's first discuss about the principal aspect. So what they are saying. So the principal section addresses professional integrity and ethical conduct, conflicts of interest, and confidentiality. That means there should be a professional integrity. What do you mean by professional integrity? Integrity is nothing but honesty. What is that?
Honesty.
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 And ethical conduct. That means you should always behave ethically. That means you should be truthful, you should be moral, you should be like honest, you should always be saying the truth, you should never hide the false deeds or false things happening, you should come out with any kind of fraud is happening in the organization. And then comes the conflict of interest. That means conflict of interest is what actually, what do you mean by conflict of interest? See,
Conflict
I'll
of
give a very
interest.
good example of conflict of interest to you. This is a management and this is
Okay.
shareholder. Okay. So
Yes.
management doesn't want to take high risks. Why? Because they are scared at times to take high risks. But they want to take a calculated risk. But shareholders always pressurize management to take higher risk because higher risk can give them higher returns. Am I right?
Yes. Sir.
So this is the conflict of interest. That means these two guys are not accepting to same things. So this is conflict of interest. There is, so both of them are not kind of having a common consensus ad item. That means both of them are not having a common thought. So these guys
Common
don't
thought.
want to take risk. These guys want them to take risk, or they pressurize them to take risk. But these guys doesn't want to take risk. So this is conflict of interest. So risk managers would be pressurized to do something, but he would not want to do that thing. So that is conflict of interest. Am I right?
Yes. Sir.
Yes, sir. So pressure will be put on him. You do this. Like you take. Sometimes what happens? Risk manager will tell. So what happens? See, this is the board of director. Board of directors are the ones who are the topmost
Yeah.
topmost post in the company, and this is a risk manager. So risk manager has a function of seeing the risk management department, and suppose there is some investment they are considering. So he says no, we should not invest in that. He has done all his homework and he has done all his he has put all his knowledge, skills, and methodologies to see whether that investment option is a good option or not. And he comes to a conclusion that that investment is not good, that is going to be a investment which is going to give losses to the company. And he tells board of directors clearly that don't go for such kind of investment. But board of directors are adamant, they say no, we want to go for it. So is there a conflict of interest or not? Yes,
No.
because he can tell them like once twice, but he cannot force them not to do investment. Why? Because they are the ones who are the authority to decide whether to invest or not at the end. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
That is the conflict of interest. That means he is stopping, and they don't want they don't want to listen to him. They want to do whatever they want. That is conflict of interest. That shouldn't be there. Okay. Now confidentiality, we will come to the examples, don't worry. Confidentiality is what the risk manager who is
Hiding.
working in a company should never ever disclose companies secrets to others. And if he changes the organization, even he should not give the company's information to another company. Got my point?
Yes.
Being a professional, he shouldn't do that. Now comes the professional standards, fundamental responsibilities, adherence to generally accepted practices in risk management, and the responsibilities listed in each section are. So we will see what that is. Okay, in detail. So what are the two professional like standards, fundamental responsibilities. What are the fundamental responsibilities of a risk manager if being a professional? And second, he should also follow the generally accepted practices in risk management. Like accountants follow gap na,
Yeah,
generally
yeah,
accepted accounting principles. So these guys have to follow generally accepted practices in risk management. All the risk managers in the world. Now let us see now and discuss these in details. So describe the responsibility of garp member with respect to professional integrity, ethical conduct, conflicts of interest, confidentiality of information, and adherence to generally accepted practices in risk management. So they are discussing two things: principles
yeah.
as well as
Yeah.
professional standards.
Professional standards.
So everything comes under one particular
One roof.
one roof, and let us discuss
Yeah.
now. Professional integrity and ethical conduct, definitely they should have professionalism in them, and that too honestly they should follow their professionalism, and they should also have ethical behavior. So garp member, so what garp is giving them the guideline or instruction is, garp members shall act professionally, ethically. So definitely being a professional, they have the knowledge, so they will act professionally, they will act ethically and with integrity in all dealings with employers. Integrity is nothing but honesty. In all dealings with employers, existing or potential clients, like whoever are their employers, that means the under whom they are working, plus their clients, public, and other practitioners in the financial services industry. So they should act professionally, being a professional, okay. And secondly,
Honest.
that means,
Yeah.
professionally means what? They are the ones who are knowledgeable persons in that, so they are the ones who are professionals in this risk management. And also ethically, never ever should involve in any kind of under the table dealings, or any kind of contract. They should not make agreements that we will do this, and we'll try to make money out of this. No, they should never be involved in this kind of things, okay. So
Yes.
they should be professionally and ethically and with honesty. So we'll see the word integrity. This will be interchangeably coming a lot of times. And as I said, honesty is the one which is the meaning of integrity. So you can see honesty, okay? Honesty, fine. One word is
Same.
honesty and unity, and but here we are speaking about honesty. So they should always satisfy their employer with their work, and also the clients with whom they are working or the company is dealing with, okay? And professionally also they should do their acts. Second, shall exercise reasonable judgment in provision of risk services. So whatever the services the risk manager is giving, he should always give those services with reasonable judgment while maintaining independence of thought and direction. That means they should not act under anyone's pressure. They should act reasonably. They should act professionally. GARP members must not offer, solicit, or accept any gift, benefit, compensation, or consideration that could reasonably ex- is expected to. If you accept all these things, then you will be compromising with your work or not. Am I right?
Yes,
Once
sir.
you take gift
I'm
and
okay.
all kind of benefit from someone, then definitely it will affect your independence, your independence of working. Like you will not be independently working, you'll be working under someone's pressure. Am I right? Third point,
Yes.
member of the garp, that is FRM, should never be involved in any kind of fraudulent or illegal acts, okay. And he should be very much cautioned, and also take reasonable precautions to ensure that his services are not used for any fraudulent or illegal purposes. Shall not knowingly misrepresent details relating to analysis, recommendations, actions, or other professional activities. See, he is a professional, so he should not kind of misrepresent anything, okay, because everyone believes him and the management believes him. If he gives a misrepresentation and they believe him in that way, that's going to give a big loss to the company in the future. Now, shall not engage in any professional conduct involving dishonesty. So wherever there is dishonesty, he should not be there. Wherever there is deception, cheating, trust, he should not be there, because he is the one on whom there is a lot of trust of the company. So he should do all the activities which are honest. He should have good character. He should be trustworthy, okay, and should not lack any kind of professional abilities to do or perform his functions. Now, shall not engage in any conduct or commit any act that compromises the integrity of garp. Of course, he should not do any kind of act that will give a bad name to the garp. That means, being a member of a like institute, if you do any fraudulent act, people will point like fingers on that institute. Now, this institute is like such people. This institute is such a institute whereby the professionals coming out of that institute are so and so and are involved in so and so fraudulent activities. So people will be having a bad like impression on such kind of on the body. Am I right? So you being a FRM and having a FRM designation, because and you belonging to one of the institutes, should definitely not get involved in any kind of such activities, and
Yes,
should
sir.
not bring bad name to the institute, and shall be mindful. You should be always cautious, mindful, and also you may be placed anywhere in the world. You may be working anywhere in the world, and you should respect the culture, customs, ethics, and even the actions of the local people wherever you are working. Am I right?
Yes.
That means you should never disregard anyone, and never on any basis like caste, creed, religion, or something like that. You should have a discrimination with anyone, and have cordial relationship with everyone. So if there appears to be a conflict or overlap of standards, the GARP member should always seek to apply the highest standard. Suppose your GARP is giving has given a standard, and you are working in an organization and that has also given a standard to you. So then you should always act with diligence. That means you should be smart enough to see which is the more better one, and should try to like follow that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That means, suppose like you should be judgmental in that case. Okay. Suppose if I help someone in need, okay, and for that I have to say like a lie which is not going to like bring which is not going to incur losses for anyone. Okay, in fact that lie is going to benefit someone and for the good of someone. You went for a good movie, that is a
Yeah.
very good informational movie related to some education, and your father doesn't like that, and your friend says, no, no, sir, no, no, uncle, we did not go for a movie, and he lies, and your father comes to know sometime afterwards like you have gone for a movie, and he said a lie, but even though he will be satisfied, nahi mera beta acha movie dekhne ke liye gaya. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So he said the lie for sake of something good, not for something bad.
Yeah.
So that point of time, there shouldn't be any problem. Your act should not give losses, should not create losses to anyone, or should not be at the expense of losses of someone. Okay. So you should never do any kind of act which could have a bad impact on your institute, or which could have a which could be something which would not be in the favor of the organization, or your organization can incur big losses because of that. Such things you should not do. If you are saying a lie which is a trivial lie and which is not going to impact your organization in a bigger way, then that's not a problem. Okay, that's manageable. And for example, what they are saying is, at the end, what I would like to say, GARP has given some conduct, and you are working in an organization, and organizations also give like their code of ethics. Am I right? You are working in an organization and they have given you guidelines now, what you should
Yes,
do and
yes,
what you should not do in your
how
organization.
yeah,
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 sometimes they will overlap. Sometimes
yeah,
you may not have some things written in this and you'll be having in this, so you can follow this. Some things you'll be having in this and something not written in this, you can follow this. But at times you sometimes this may have some superiority when compared to this, so you can follow this. Superior thing is what, which is always to be followed. Acha, for example,
yeah.
small example, there is some law in the state, in Telangana state, okay, and there is some law made by government of India, that is central government. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
So these laws are supreme, or these laws are supreme? At the end of the day, these laws are supreme, na? Central government laws. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
So this will be overlapping this. That means, like when something comes, when some law has to be followed, so these laws will be followed, in comparison to these laws. when some judgment has to be passed in court. Okay, so I am saying that superior one is always to be followed when you have
Like
something
a
in
priority
comparison.
basis.
When you
Yeah.
are comparing something, superior is what to be followed. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Ante manam compare, like when we are comparing two things. Okay, suppose
Yes.
central government has 10 rules and the state government has 5 rules, so definitely this is superior, we can follow this. That's what.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Now, conflict of interest, as I said you right now, GARP members shall act fairly in all situations and must fully disclose any actual or potential conflict to all affected parties. Yeah, if you have some problem with something, you should come out with that. Okay. If some fraud is going on, you should be a whistleblower. You should come out of your den and you should say that this and that fraud is happening, and I cannot, I cannot like see the organization like suffering because of this fraud and all. You should come out, and you should say this is happening. That is what you are known for. So GARP members shall act fairly in all situations and must fully disclose any actual or potential conflict to all affected parties, make full and fair disclosure of all matters that could reasonably be expected to impair independence and objectivity or interfere with respective duties of their employer, clients, and prospective clients. So they see GARP members shall make full and fair disclosure, everything he should disclose, of all matters that could reasonably be expected to impair independence and objectivity or interfere with. See, if at all there is something which is not good for the company and which is happening in the organization in the background, and you come to know that and you detect it, you should come out
Yeah.
with full disclosure and should not hide that, because at the end of the day you are known to do that. Okay, because of someone's pressure you should not you should not act in such a way. See, Satyam fraud has happened, and in that
Yeah.
many auditors were also caught. So why were they caught? They were also silently involved in all that. If someone would have protested and said that I'm not going to be in this and I'm going to come out with I'm going to be a whistleblower, or I'm not going to help you in this, then the things would have been different. People would have not lost
Different.
their money. Am I right?
Yeah.
Confidentiality. Never ever give companies confidential information to any of the competitors or anyone for your personal benefits. Okay. Like someone says you come to my company and I'll give you so and so salary, I can come out with those information. You should not do that. And let's see the fundamental responsibilities, the basic responsibilities of being a GARP member. Comply with all the applicable rules and regulations governing the GARP members' professional activities and shall not knowingly participate or assist in any violation of such laws, rules, or regulations. Of course, that means you should be law abiding. Never ever any point of time should do any kind of acts which are unlawful. Okay, so you should comply with all the applicable laws, rules, regulations, including this code, GARP's code, governing the GARP members professional activities. That means apart from laws you should also follow the code of conduct. Okay, and never should
Okay.
violate laws. Of course, understood fact. And have, hello, you're
Yes,
following,
sir.
Chandra?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm listening.
have ethical responsibilities and cannot outsource or delegate these responsibilities to others. Of course, your ethical responsibilities you have, you cannot outsource your work to someone. Understand the needs and complexity of the employer or client and should provide appropriate and suitable risk management service and advice. That is what you are known for. Be diligent, that is hardworking, about not overstating the accuracy or certainty of results. That means they will be expecting, your employer will be expecting a lot of things from you, lot of figures, lot of calculations. So you should be much more accurate in that or certain in that, rather than being tentative or approximations. Okay,
Okay.
and clearly disclose the relevant limits of your knowledge and expertise. Like definitely when you join the organization, you're not the one who is like 100% experienced. So that point of time you can say that I have so and so expertise and experience, and based upon that I can work out on this. Okay,
Yeah.
if you have good knowledge then that's not a problem, but you should always disclose things to your your seniors and all. Now,
Yes.
best practices, you should always follow best practices. GARP members shall execute all services with diligence, hard work, and perform all work in a manner that is independent. That means no one should have a pressure or hold on your activities. You are independent to perform your activities for which you are hired and for which you are known. And you should always show highest level of professionalism or professional objectivity in work, in doing your tasks or performing your tasks. Be
Yeah.
familiar with current generally, and you should always update yourself with currently generally accepted risk management practices. In many companies, accountants
Okay.
also update themselves na, with all the accounting standards or amendments which are happening in the accounting standards. In the same way, whatever the changes are happening in this this risk standards, they should always update themselves with that. That means risk management practices, they should always update themselves with that. Okay, you being a professional, it is expected from you to update yourself every time. They will be giving you a lot of journals, they'll be sending out your address the journals. Okay, they'll be launching magazines and all of their body, and whatever the changes they are making, and how FRMs are performing, what standards they are making, and all everything they'll be sending to your place. So you are definitely, they want you to get updated with all the changes happening on daily basis. And then ensure that communications include factual data and do not contain false information. Of course, you should give your you should communicate based upon facts, not on false information. And make distinction between fact and opinion. Your opinion is your opinion and facts are facts. Okay, don't try to say your opinion is a fact. Okay, facts will be facts, those are the ones which are available, those you cannot change, and based upon that you can opine. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
And like make distinction between fact and opinion in presentation of analysis and recommendation. That means these are the facts and this is what your opinion is based upon that, and this is what your analysis and recommendation on that. Now, last and final question of the chapter: describe the potential consequences. See, if you violate the garp code of conduct, they'll suspend you, they'll cancel your membership, that's it, remove you from the FRM membership, that's it. Revocation is nothing but cancellation. And also they'll put investigation and sanctions on you. In future again you cannot become a member.
Okay.
That's what it is. So we have completed 2 chapters from this, and tomorrow I'm going to
Yeah.
start banks. Banks is nothing but from FMP, financial markets
FMP.
and products.
Markets and
Okay.
products. Yes, yes.
Yes, so that chapter tomorrow 100% I'm going to finish it.
Okay, sir.
So I'm just coming out on this. So we have finished 2 chapters from financial risk management, foundations of risk management, out of 14 chapters.
11 top.
This
11
one is
chapter.
done. First and last is done. We will do banks and then we'll do corporate risk management a primer. Okay.
No, for me here it is 11 chapters in my
Okay,
book.
they have decreased. Fine, fine, fine. They have this GARP code of conduct now.
Yeah, they have code of conduct as a
See,
11
can you do
chapter.
one thing, Chandra? Can you just send me the screenshot of Schwezer Mittal contents page, please?
Yeah, yeah, I'll send it to you, sir.
Yeah, just
Not a
contents,
problem.
because they have reduced
Yeah,
many of the
because
chapters.
many of the chapters and also this group of conduct is 11th topic.
Okay. So you please send me.
Yeah,
You please send me, and I will just see what chapters I have to exclude. I'll exclude it. Okay. That's even
okay, sir.
great. Then
Yeah,
we even have 11 chapters. Now we'll finish it soon.
yeah, yeah, sir. Yeah, I'll
So
send you right now.
yeah, send me. And tomorrow, what I'm going to do is, tomorrow I'm going to finish the banks chapter, and I'm going to ask you to prepare for the chapters which are finished as test. So weekend I'm going to conduct 2 3 chapters combined as a test. Okay.
Yeah, and also one more thing, in banks we can discuss all right, so
Yeah,
that
I'll discuss
interest
everything
rate
now.
and all. No,
Everything,
no,
everything. What?
yeah, no, no. Actually, in financial markets and products, we have
Uh,
a chapter called banks, right? Just now you spoke.
yes. Yes.
So we can complete entire topic which includes rate of interest, problematic.
No, 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 no. Tomorrow I will tell you what. Tomorrow I'll be finishing the bank's introduction chapter. That's it.
Okay, yeah, it's not a
First
problem.
chapter
Yeah,
banks is there now. That chapter will be finishing tomorrow.
in financial markets and products, right, sir?
Huh?
In financial markets and products,
Yes, 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 yes,
FMP.
yes,
Yes, sir.
yes.
Just be online. I'll check. Systematic using competition options. Insurance bank.
That
Yeah.
doesn't have interest rates and all. That only has introduction regarding bank. I'll show you the
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, sir. Just now I checked it.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know now. I'll take care of that tomorrow. Okay.
No, no. Yeah, yeah, sir. I checked it. And also insurance companies and pension, which you sent on yesterday. Those two
Finished.
videos are related to, yeah, insurance
Yes,
companies
finish that
and pension
chapter.
plans.
Yeah, finished. You can check that video and you can give a reading to your insurance book, chapter. Okay.
Yeah, okay. No, no.
Okay, Chandra. See you tomorrow, dear. Bye bye. Good night.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.